All right, we live now. Let me go pull it up on my phone. All right, yeah.
Shit, from the door.
I'm gonna play a song. I'm gonna play a song. Give people time to come up in here.
All right.
Turn the beat up a little bit.
It's that casual.
Okay, alright, ball. Nigga ball. Okay,
That's that casual urban brother heroes in the building.
Ball.
The King's
Bitch,
Table.
ball.
We back again.
Okay, alright.
the California to the
ball. Nigga ball. Okay,
Keyway Khakis in the building.
alright. Ball. Bitch, ball.
Talk to him, nephew.
Okay, alright, let me get my ball on. Get to the paper, y'all, something I can't stall on. Y'all
Share the
been
live,
wrong if you
everybody,
been
share the
broke.
live.
I was at the bottom looking up, no ladder, no rope. Never lost hope in the struggle. Had to prove a point, burst a whole lot of bubbles. You know you in trouble when the feds at your front door with a search and seize warrant. Like, okay, let's go. Alright, I know what came with the shit when I jumped in the shit. Been legit since legit. Directing traffic, gotta have it, like give it here. I need clarity with severity. Are we crystal clear? Okay, alright, ball. Nigga ball.
See you, my nigga.
Okay, alright, ball. Bitch ball.
Damn, baby, it's like that.
Okay, alright, ball. Nigga ball. Okay,
Talk, baby girl. That's how you
alright,
How you
ball.
No
Bitch ball.
question, baby.
Pull up in that German engineering. 2022 automatic steering. Guillotine got the game in a chokehold. Pocket full of hundos. Double got the bundle. Ay, mobbing, ballin' out Mando. You heard me? I've been in the streets like a manhole. Had to utilize my 3 L's, had to look, learn, had to listen. I'm aware of my surroundings. I ain't goofy, I ain't missing, nigga. They done fucked up, let me in this bitch though. Being 200 and solid, what I'm gon' switch for? I was in the trench with my dick all in the dirt. Had to figure that shit out. Find something that'll work. Now we up. Buddha. All this guacamole. Ballin' out the gym, retro threes, hella cheese on me. Bottom to the top, every time I toast it up. Every day I get some chicken, I eat when I count it up.
Okay, alright, ball. Nigga ball.
See you, my nigga.
Okay, alright, ball. Bitch ball.
Damn, baby, it's like that.
Okay, alright, ball. Nigga ball. Okay,
Talk, baby girl. That's how you
alright.
All right, what's up, everybody?
Bitch ball.
What's going on, everybody? It's episode number 4 of the Not Afraid to Lose podcast. Got a special guest with me tonight. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about you, like where you from and your upbringing.
Oh, all right. How y'all doing, man? It's Otis White, Stockton, president, Delta Junior Kings Youth Football Cheer, and owner of the Razor Barbershop and 528 Clubhouse. Stockton raised. Spent my summers all through the city. Father of 5, husband, grandpa, all that.
Okay, for sure. You a grandpa now?
Yeah, I got a 30-year-old. He got 3 kids.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I didn't make him, but shit, I raised him. I've been with his mama since he was 10.
Okay,
So,
dope.
Yeah, so he was a chosen child, but he got 3 kids, so I'm pawpaw.
Okay, yeah, for sure, man. We got it. Hey, we getting old. We getting up there.
No, I'm aging like fine wine instead of spoiled milk.
Shit, we see the salt and pepper niggas.
Yeah, I know that. Just because you're salt and pepper, like cognac, it get better with time.
Everybody in here, please share the live. Please share the live. Please support and share the live. We're gonna get straight to it. So tell me, were you involved in any sports growing up? If so,
Yes.
which sports were you in?
Well, we played I played basketball, football, baseball, softball, rode bikes, roller skates, but I played 1 year of Pop Warner football. I played for the East Side Lions in '95. We went to the Super Bowl that year. We lost to the then there were the Johansson Eagles. Yeah, I didn't play Pop Warner no more after that year. I got shot in the face with a pellet, and because I was born epileptic, the doctor felt like it wasn't safe for me to play football with a pellet lodged in my eye orbit. So, went to Bear Creek freshman, sophomore, junior year. Transferred to Franklin, played my senior year there. Um, yeah, played for a few Stockton adult leagues. They call it 37U now, but then it was semi-pro. But the Stockton Cobras, the Stockton Trojans, the Hurricanes, the Jags, and then the Modesto Raiders. I played for
Oh,
like a
nice.
Bay Area team, but it wasn't too far though, too fun.
Oh, okay. Okay, dope. So you played. Did you play for Bear Creek?
Yeah, I played Bear Creek my freshman, sophomore, and junior year.
Okay.
My junior year, we went 7-3. We lost to Lincoln, Franklin, and somebody else. But we finished third place in league that year. We lost the coin toss to go to the playoffs. Because that year they was gonna get an SJ2A 3 teams, but it was a coin toss between us and the VOL. Well, the VOL won the coin toss, so they got the third team. That was the year the Manteca Buffaloes. They won state that year. They won not state, but they won their division. They won section that year. I think they played like D2 or D3, but they won section that year though.
Okay, Ricky Slick in here. He said, "Tell him how you went to Bear Creek and Tokay at the same time."
Oh shit. Well, at Bear Creek, Ricky was my boy. We shared a backpack. Yeah, we shared a backpack. Yeah, we shared a backpack. But I went to Bear Creek, and then after lunch, they had this thing called ROP. So we signed up for ROP because you get to go to Tokay. So we did 5th and 6th period at Tokay. So it was like a banking and finance class that we did. So we got on the bus and leave Bear Creek and go to Tokay. And then in return, we'll leave Tokay early and then go back to Bear Creek. By the time we get to school, like 10 minutes before they got out. It was pretty cool though.
Okay, you said and Pop Warner, you said Johansson Eagles. I thought Johansson was the Patriots back then.
Nah, the Patriots was out of Delta. That was out of Brentwood. Johansson was the Eagles.
No, I thought Johansson. I played Johansson at Johansson.
Yeah, they end up being from the Johansson Eagles. They end up being called the Modesto Vikings, but they played at Johansson High School. So it was the Eagles.
Maybe they switched it because in '94
they probably did. But I know in '95 we played them, and I played on the Lions and because I was oversized, I had to play up. So I played. I was 5th grade. I was supposed to play novice, but they had me play JV because of my size. So I played with. That year, that was the rule. When I played, they had the rule like if you was an 8th grader and weighed 100 pounds, you played JV. So we had like 3 8th graders that was 100 pounders. So they was older lighters. So we played with them. Yeah. Who else? I played with Travis Strickland, Deion Whiteside.
Rail played.
Yeah, Rail Pride. We had Abram Coleman, Clarence George, Aaron Vickers. It was some Linden kids in. If you lived in Linden, you played for the Lions. Our quarterback was David Federico. Yes.
And that was in '95. I think because I played.
That was '95.
I played against Aaron and LC. I think in '93. No, it had to be '94 then. Had to be '94 because we was all on JV. So if Aaron was still on JV in '95, that must have been the year before he was on JV too.
Yeah, he played. He was a veteran. When I played '95, he was a veteran. They won the Super Bowl in '94.
No, they didn't win. It must have not been '94. It had to be one of those. It had to be '94.
Yeah, they won. The Lions won the Super Bowl in '94. They JV team won the Super Bowl in '94. The JV and varsity. They beat the Manteca Chargers. Manteca Chargers, they had like a powerhouse for a long time. They was always winning their division. The year I played,
we
them,
lost
to the Eagles.
So it must have been 93 then. The year I played on, we won the Super Bowl on JV. Because we had
Yeah.
Vernell Shaw, we had
Yeah.
Johnny Rando, we had all them. So whatever that year was.
Yeah, that was 93.
No, that's wrong. I'm wrong. I played Aaron and LC on varsity in 96.
Yeah.
My varsity year. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was wrong on that. Yeah, I played them on 96. When
Yeah. LC played with us too. LC James. We ended up playing high school ball together senior year at Bear Creek. Yeah,
LC and Aaron played over there. But yeah,
they was strong safety and free safety.
for sure. So tell us a little bit about what made you get into coaching.
I came home from prison in 09, and I came home on like a Thursday, and my cousin, I went to a football game with my cousins and them on a Saturday, and we was watching the team, and I was like, dang, how do I get involved in that? I want to coach. So then I watched the game or whatever. They told me I got to come to practice. I went to practice on Monday, filled out the paperwork, started coaching, and like fell in love with it instantly. It was nice because I was able to like connect with the kids. Getting somebody to do something illegal for you was kind of easy. So I was getting guys to do things illegal for me before I went to prison, and that's why I went to prison. But I came home and I seen the connection that I had with the kids, just talking to them and relating to some of the issues that they was having. And then I was just trying to change my life around. So I knew that like in order for parole to stay off my butt, because gang affiliated, all the stuff, they wanted to see me do something positive. So I started coaching. And when I told my PO I was coaching, he was like, cool. He felt like sigh of relief because I was actually doing something in the community. And it just went from there, the love for it.
Yeah, that's dope. And what team was that you started coaching for?
Oh, the Western Ranch Ravens.
Back when they was the Ravens. Okay.
Yeah. But before that, in high school, my junior year, I was a junior coach for the North Stockton Bengals. That was the first ever, like, we did that for, we needed credits. So we needed community service credits. So we signed up to be junior coaches just to get community service credits. But it wasn't like, I didn't do shit, but make sure I was a get back coach, get back behind the line on game days. That was me. But first full-fledged coaching job was with the Ravens. I got to coach with them. We played, I don't know what league we played in. We was in some league, but we played like, it was like a Delta League because we had the Patriots and there was a few other teams, the Lodi Flames, the Western Ranch Eagles was in that team, the Manteca Cowboys, the Lathrop Steelers. It was a couple of those teams in there. So I coached with them for one season, and then it went to the Falcons. I was with the Falcons for 2 years. The Western Ranch Falcons, that was my cousins in them team. And then I made my way to DYFL like 2013, and it was with the Vikings. And seen some stuff.
Yeah, you moved around in the DYFL also, right?
Well, yeah, I left when I left the Vikings in 2014. After the 2014 season, I left the Vikings. Now, it was me as a person. I wanted to learn more as a coach because with the Vikings, and even though it was fun coaching those kids, I didn't have no help over there. Like it was just me and another coach, and I just felt like, being a head coach, I got the head coaching job my second year. Well, yeah, because I was with the Vikings for 3 years. So like my second year with the Vikings, I got the head coach job. So, like I say, it was just me and another coach, but it was heck of stuff to it. Coaching it's hard when you just got two coaches and you got 27 kids.
Oh man, believe me, I know all about it.
So, I felt at the end of that year, I felt like I wanted to learn more as a coach. In order to do that, I need to go coach with some coaches that knew what they were doing. And so it's part of like being humble and growth. Like in order to grow in something, you got to know, you got to learn. So in order to learn, you got to be around it. So I went and coached with the Bengals. I started coaching with the Bengals, and I was a D-line coach. And then our D coordinator quit because him and the head coach got into it, so he quit. And then I learned firsthand, like, sometimes you got to follow rules. Like, I became the D coordinator, but it wasn't the defense that I wanted to run. But I had to run it because this was the head coach. This was the defense he wanted to run. And he taught it to me. He taught me a lot of things. So I was with the Bengals for, like, the bulk of my coaching career up until 2013. So from 2015 all the way to 2013, I was with the Bengals. And that's where, I learned a little more as a coach over there. I became the head coach a year later or 2
You
years
said
later.
2013 to what?
No, 2015 to 2023.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was over there with the Bengals organization.
We actually had a couple battles during those years.
Yeah, we did. I think. Wait, hold on, babe. I'm on live right now. I'm home, but I'm on live right now. All right. Yeah, we did. We had the Titans with you, and it was crazy that year. We was always like my 3 years on JV or 2 years on JV. I was a JV coach. We played for the championship game to go to the Super Bowl. We lost 2 years to the Trojans, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl. And then the following year, I go up to varsity, and we played y'all 3 games.
No, that was JV. That was JV.
Oh, that was J. Oh, well, my bad.
JV,
That was the
yeah.
third year. That was the third year on JV. Third year on JV, we played y'all 3 games that year.
And how many of them y'all win?
No, we didn't win none of them. Yeah, we didn't win none of them.
Hey, people don't understand how hard it is to beat a team 3 times in a row. Like, y'all had that dog over there that's really scared us. But I had a good team that year.
No, you did. You had a good team. But what I can say is, no matter, like, I didn't win no DYFL championship, right? And I never cared about championships. I always cared about teaching. Like,
teaching kids.
When the team knew they had to play Bengals week 1, week 2, any week, they knew that they had to bring their A game because Coach White was bringing his boys to play. It wasn't just going to be a blowout at all. It wasn't just going to be a blowout. It was always going to be a fight. Whether whoever capitalized on the mistakes or whatever is going to win, but it wasn't just going to be, we're just going to roll in there. We're going to beat the shit out of them. Another thing I learned was, like, when developing players, when they got to high school, they were prepared for high school, whatever the high school coach threw at them, because I prepared them for that in practice the year before. So they was always prepared. They was always prepared. I think in 22, I had a nice team, a varsity team. I think you guys was mad. It was either 21 or 22. That was the year after you guys won the Super Bowl on
Yellow Jackets. I won
with the Yellow Jackets. And
I went up to
varsity. Your team got
that
depleted. Your team got dismantled. Some went to the Titans. Bonner came over there with us. And, I made DYFL mad because I didn't send my guys to the All-Star game. Yeah, because I took them to a Turkey Bowl. We went to a Turkey Bowl, and DYFL was like, if y'all playing in the Turkey Bowl, then they can't play in the All-Star game. So I let all the players pick, and I took a team of 8th graders and playing at 14U level of the Turkey Bowl, and we lost to the Barry Gators.
You sent the not so good ones to the All-Star game, though.
I sent the guys that showed up to practice every day. I sent up the guys that showed up to practice every day and worked hard to the All-Star game. Like,
and took the athletes to the Turkey Bowl. I was like, man, because I definitely was missing my boy Bonner.
I know you kind of like told the DYFL, like, man, he didn't send his guys over. These are guys he sent us to work with. I actually sent you all 7th graders. I sent you all the 7th graders that was on the team. I was like, if you're in the 7th grade, you played in an All-Star game. It was like, cool.
But the good thing is we still won. That was the good thing about.
I mean, with DYFL, the North always had the speed. the South, they had size. They had them big boys on the line, but they didn't have no more. They didn't have that much speed. So that was like, I'm like, they gonna be all right. He got enough guys over there. Use what he got. So, but that's when we learned about. That's when I started learning about like other teams outside of DYFL. We played in that Turkey Bowl, and I took all 8th graders with us, and we found out like these guys were ninth grade and 10th grade, like legit 9th and 10th graders, because of their birthday fail. They was able to play 14U, and we played the Bay Area Gators that year, and we lost 13-12. They didn't score no points in the second half. We shut them out. But like I say, we had a team of 8th graders, and we had one 13-year-old. Well, we had all the 8th graders were 13, but we had one 12-year-old, Bonner. He was the only 12-year-old. It was nice. It was nice.
Do you feel like the Bay Area and SAC teams do that a lot, where they have a lot of older guys?
Yeah.
They had a lot of older guys, and you playing really against an older team because they got different rules in their leagues and stuff.
Yeah, some leagues have different rules. Like last year, we played spring ball, and they let sophomores play. Like my first year in spring. So my first year in spring was in 23, August of 23. That was the first year I coached spring, and it was fun. We went undefeated in league. We won the 2 playoff games, and then we played in the Super Bowl. Well, we ended up playing a SAC team that had a bunch of 10th graders on there, and they had like the number 3 rated quarterback in his class. He was their quarterback, so they torched us like 60-0. Like they torched us. I mean, it was a fight at first, but we gave the offense of the ball like 5 or 6 times inside the red zone, and they couldn't punch it in. So when the offense can't move, it kind of like it crushes character. That's just what it is. Like
check out early,
players start checking out. So we did that, but we had fun, and it was a little competition. And then we came back the following year, and my 8th graders, they were 9th graders, and we had 55 guys on the team, and we ran through the league. We lost one game because we got cocky. But it was more me trying to develop players and trying to get everybody to play. And some players was like, you got cocky. You shouldn't have been trying to throw the ball. You should have just kept running. And I'm like, nah. Like, that's what this is for, to develop the kids. And I'm like, we're going to develop the kids and get better. And we're going to play this team again in the playoffs. And it'll be a different outcome. And lo and behold, we played that team again in the playoffs, and it was a different outcome. And then I got redemption. They say like redemption is best served sweet, cold, or whatever, sweet, whatever saying is. I got redemption because I played the Bandits again, and we beat the shit out of them. They turned the scoreboard off on us, and I begged them to turn it back on so we could take pictures after the game. But it was 42. It was 42-6 or 42-0 something. We had 55 guys. Everybody played. We had 7 touchdowns scored by 7 different players. The cold part is we never even threw the ball. We never completed no passes in that game. And a lot of it, we had some nice receivers, but none of them came to practice that week because the week of our game, that was the first week of mandatory football practice.
For the high school players.
Yeah. So all our 9th graders, they missed practice. And then it was like, well, what you gonna do? I'm like, well, they can play, but they ain't gonna play until second quarter. Like, we're gonna play the guys that's been at practice. We're gonna stick to the game plan, and we ain't gonna change. So I won my first championship in 2024, and it was nice. It was nice. I got to do it at home. Me being a Franklin alumni, I did it on the Franklin field, playing for the Yellow Jackets, coaching for the Yellow Jackets. So that was sweet.
Dope with it. I think you had a lot of my players too.
Yeah, we had a couple players from that played with you. We had players from Stockton, Tracy, Manteca, Lodi. It was big that year. The first year with spring was real big because we did a lot with the kids away from football, and it was a lot of team building and team bonding. And that's what football is about. Football is like the first gang you're going to join as a person.
So how many years have you coached spring football?
So this will be my fourth season as a spring football coach.
All right, so this is my first year coaching spring, right? What advice would you give to me? Because spring is a lot different than fall ball because the game ain't that many games. They have different rules and stuff like that. So as a first year coach coaching in spring ball, what do you think I should prepare for?
Well, so because it's a short schedule and depending on how you play, like you still got to prepare because when you're coaching the older kids, you're getting kids from other programs, so they've been taught differently and stuff. So you got to be able to figure out who's your guys day one, like, and then you got the guys that don't need develop. We always break players down in like 3 tiers. We got the studs, and then we got the Jimmies and the Joes, right? So the studs, we know what we can do with them, but it's the Jimmies and Joes that we try to develop. So we'll break it up. And I was blessed 3 years in a row to have big numbers because my first year with spring, we had 43 players. And the second year, we had 55. And last year, we had 40 players. So the biggest thing is just breaking the players up, seeing who you got, and then you got to teach. You got 2 hours. You got to have a schedule. I laugh when the coaches come out to practice and just after stretching, they go straight into. You still on there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
I put you
like
on the
when
big
they
screen. Yeah.
when they go straight in, when they just go straight into running plays, like that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Like, should no coach just go into plays? Like, oh, we're just gonna run plays, or we're gonna scrimmage? Like, nah. What is you teaching? Like, what is you teaching? You're not teaching them nothing because. Like you can perfect the play, but if they have improper technique and they don't understand the fundamentals, it ain't gonna work. Like, and it's just that thinking you're just gonna work off plays because the talent is high. So these kids gotta know that the competition is coming. It's gonna be competition. You might play a team that you might think is not that good because they got 17 players and the jerseys don't fit right or they mismatch or whatever, but they give you a game. So some
Yeah, and
people don't respect.
I agree with, not to cut you off, but I agree with that. I think the only game you should really come in, really heading straight to plays and stuff like that is more of like all-star game. All-stars is like that, but any season game, you definitely have to make sure you know what you got, make sure they ain't been coached the wrong way, because a lot of these kids is coached the wrong way. And a lot of that. So I'm catching on to a lot of that in this spring, my first year in spring ball. Like how you play running back, how you don't know your holes. So that tells a lot of how you was coached. You played running back 2 years and you don't know the holes. Like
a lot of it is the coaches. So some coaches don't teach this, some coaches don't teach that. Modi Harper, Coach Harper. He taught me that 20 minutes.
Morris from the Bengals.
Yeah, Morris.
Okay.
He told me that it should be 20 minutes of fundamentals every day. Every day. Pride yourself in 20 minutes of fundamentals. So I took that coaching structure that he gave me because he gave me a schedule. And I remember in high school when I was at Bear Creek, Coach Rose had a schedule and everything was scheduled. Like, you don't get in high school, you gotta work real fast. So everything was a schedule. We might be in the middle of a defensive play. Like, Coach, 2 minutes, we run a punt return. And then we got punt team come out, punt return team come out. We kick the ball, run a few punts, and get on. But fundamentals is everything. You should always want to teach at the minimum 20 minutes of fundamentals. You scrimmaging for an hour and a half, the player doesn't learn nothing because he's not being corrected on nothing. He's not being corrected on the stance. He's not being corrected on anything because all you're worried about is the play. Like, because you're scrimmaging, so you're worried about a positive play. Like, wait, man. So in order to, I feel a kid can't learn it if you don't teach it.
Yeah.
I went to a game and this guy had, it was some guys out there that can play, but one of the teams, one of the players was like, the coach was like yelling, cover three. And the player was like, Coach, what the hell is cover 3?
Yeah. They don't know.
He was like, and he was telling him, and he was like, Well, I mean, you ain't never showed me in practice. How do you want me to know what cover 3 is if I ain't never learned it in practice? And I heard that just from a player telling a coach, and I was in the stands listening, but I'm like, damn, like what are you teaching them at practice? I mean, so you gotta be able to break practice down. You gotta have a practice. If y'all practice for 2 hours, break that shit down. Have a schedule, 15 minutes of warm-ups, then we get right into conditioning, and then O-line over here, O-line and D-line over here, running backs over here. Or if you got 6 coaches, you can break it up in 6 positions, do that. With so many kids, we was splitting shit up. I was taking the guys that can catch and run routes, them over there with receivers. If you look like you couldn't run routes or you couldn't catch the ball, you go over there with the D lineman. Like, you go over there with the D lineman or the defense. Like, so having 6 coaches helps. It's when
Yeah,
you have a
definitely.
football team that's only 2 coaches. Now it's gonna be some kids that don't get no help. They're not
Yeah,
gonna
'cause
get better.
you can't say go over there with the linebackers. You know, and I struggle with that too. When I first started coaching, it was always me and one other coach. So I understand the struggles, and I didn't do good. I didn't really start doing great. I did okay, but I started doing great once we had like that Titans team, that Super Bowl team. We had about 4 coaches. So we
Yeah.
can put people that this way, that way. And me being an offensive coach, I never really got into defense. What helped me learn defense more so was when I got with the factory 7-on-7. And they really taught the cover 2s, the cover 3s, and you know, stuff like that. You know, and I never, even coaching Pop Warner the whole time, I never seen because you don't really run a lot of that in
No,
Pop
well,
Warner.
you don't. It's just a scheme.
Yeah.
So, and you find a scheme that works. Um, we got on offense. I can coach offense. I done coach defense. I done been a special team coach. I done just been coached the O lines. I done coached the linebackers. I can coach the DBs and receivers because I understand basic. As a head coach, you need to the more you know, the better you are. Because then you're not just a head coach, you're a teacher too. And when you could teach as a head coach, there's a lot of guys like, I want to be the head coach. But you tell them like, all right, so draw up a defense, and they can't draw it up on the board. They can just tell you this type of defense I run, or well, what kind of offense you run? I run I run a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Well, what kind of scheme are you running? Like what's the format? Like what's the terminology? I believe in KISS, and it's keep it simple, stupid. So if we keep everything simple and we teach that, and the outcome is always going to be you're going to win football games. You're going to win football games. I tell the parents, I might not can guarantee you a championship, but I can guarantee you this, a better player at the end of the season. Because as a head coach,
Yeah.
you're a mentor too. Like
Yeah.
you a mentor,
Like so.
and then you're a leader of men. Being a head coach is a leader of men. Whether you're coaching kids, because you have other men on your coaching staff that really don't know as much or know some more, but they don't know what it takes to be a head coach. So you got to
Yeah.
open up your heart, and you got to open up everything. And then at the same time, you might get some coaches that, hey, look, I've been coaching for this long, but we should do this and do this instead. Like, so you got to be open and optimistic.
And even as coordinators, you got to know what you're doing. I see both of my Super Bowl coaches that I coach with that ran my defense, and they did a hell of a job. I can say that. Henry Reeves, Henry in here, he was the defensive coordinator for my Titans team, and you know we really had to go over the schemes. Definitely that year we played y'all. That was the year we played y'all. We won the Super Bowl, beating y'all 3 times when y'all had. I think that was Marcus Harris, right? Harrison.
Well, we had Marcus Harris. We had Jalen. We had Jalen Hampton. Mitchell McKinney.
We was only worried about Marcus.
You know, we had Chris Lawson that year. Christopher Lawson is a receiver at Washington University.
Yeah, but he wasn't that back then. We was only worried about Marcus, and that's why we put
Marcus was oversized. And if you see Marcus, I laugh
fast.
with Marcus. I laugh with Marcus to this day because when he come in town, I cut his hair. I've been his barber for a minute now, but I laugh with him. I literally tell him like, you've been the same size since the 7th grade.
Yeah,
like,
he was big and he was fast. He was hella fast, and it's crazy because we drive into a 7-on-7 tournament, and I'm talking about this year, and I'm talking about the Bengals team. I said we was worried about this one dude, and don't you know he was in the van with me going to the thing. He was like, "That was me." I was like, "That was you." He was like, "Yeah, that was me," and that was like, yeah, he was like the same size.
And you know, he didn't play that game, the championship game. He didn't play in that game. He had a calf strain or something. Like, he had a calf strain in practice, and his dad was like, "I'm gonna keep him out of practice." And you know, we're gonna try to.
So that Quentin Lawson boy, not to cut you off, that was that receiver, huh?
Yeah, number 4. He was a little shifty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
He was shifty, but he was lanky. He was lanky, but because Marcus didn't play, we had to have Hampton play quarterback, and Hampton was the shortest dude in DYFL that year on JV. So, but
y'all had Lil McKinney on that team too.
Yeah, McKinney was my running back. He was number 24. He was the running back.
And he nice.
We had some guys put up. Fallon Barquette played with us that year. I think he was a 5th grader. Yeah, he was a 5th grader. He played on that squad. Like, I mean, I had some guys, man, and every year I had guys that show up just wanted to play football and coach. So,
but yeah, y'all gave us hell that year, man. It was hard beating y'all 3 times in a row, but our main focus was shutting down Marcus, and we put our best player on him. You following him, Bowie?
Yeah, Marcus, but Marcus didn't even that game. Marcus didn't even play. Marcus didn't even play in that game at Lincoln. That was when we drove down.
He played the first 2.
Yeah, he played the first 2 for sure. But the 3rd game, yeah, he didn't even show up. And shit, it was a dog fight then. I think it went left when y'all beat us 7-0 that game. Like,
on the championship game?
Yeah, y'all beat us 7-0. Like, and Loyal had a long ass run. Like,
he got caught though.
Yeah, he got caught, but he had a long ass run, and that
he got caught.
That sparked everything right there. Like, yeah, that sparked everything. That was a nice game.
We definitely all 3 of those battles was definitely good battles, and you know bragging rights. I definitely wasn't trying to let you beat me. I definitely wasn't trying to let you beat me, but hey, it was like, you know, me being offense. I had a great defensive coordinator. We had a great team that year, and then but I don't think I played you or did I play you that year? My Yellow Jackets year.
That was COVID.
That was before COVID. That was the year before COVID. 2019. Was you on JV still?
No, I was on varsity.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I went up to varsity.
All right.
Yeah.
So tell me, where do you find enjoyment out of coaching? You know, what brings you joy when you coach?
The difference you make in a kid's life. You have a positive impact. You have a chance as a coach to have a positive impact or a negative impact on this kid's life. So I get a joy out of teaching, and after they go on to the next level or whatever, when they understand, like, damn, Coach White was right, or the connection you make with the kids, because each year is always a different. You usually get your returners, but you always get some new kids, and then so now you have to build their trust and be firm with them and be directive. So the joy I get out of coaching is after I done coached them and they done went on, seeing them make plays at the respective high school they go to, seeing them become playmakers, then watching them go from being, because I'm a barber too, so I get to watch them grow up and then become young men. And some go to college, some start working, some join the gangs. You know, just being a positive impact, having a positive impact on their life. Because some kids, they don't have a positive role model in their life. So the closest thing to that is a coach. As a coach, you're like the cool uncle. I tell my kids, look, everybody close their eyes and think about their cool uncle they got. And, well, that's me. I'm your cool uncle. Only difference between me and your uncle is I can't put my hands on you. Like, but I can run you. I can work you. You know, hey, I'm not finna argue with you. I don't come to practice to yell at you. If I got to yell and do all this extra stuff, I'm gonna just quit talking to you. You could turn your gear in. You might as well just quit because you don't want to be coached, and I ain't the guy. I had a kid tell me, my dad said I ain't gotta listen to you because you don't know nothing. So I said, all right, no problem. Um, and I didn't let him play defense. He was a good D tackle, but I can't have you play defense because you don't want to listen to me.
Mhm.
So the whole year, and it was the spring ball, the whole year, he was mad because I wouldn't let him play defense. And then it finally clicked, and he was like, Coach, look, I'm gonna listen to you. And I'm like, well, cool, all right, that's what's up. I let him play a couple plays, and then that was the game. But he had to realize that took me a long time to realize in order to get on field, you got to be coached. If you don't want to listen to me, I don't care. Like his dad used to be in the stands, man, why you ain't playing defense? He a D lineman. I'm like, hey man, you told him he ain't got to listen to me, so that's your choice. Cause he ain't got to listen to me. I don't think he should be out there playing on my defense. I need guys
And
that don't listen to me.
parents
So-
need to understand that too, and kids need to also understand that too. I don't care how good you is. The most important thing is you got to be coachable.
Yeah.
You gotta be coachable. Sometimes that outweighs talent.
Yeah, it does. It does.
You know-
I just see some wasted talent not want to be coached. But then you got the coaches that get the good talent and they can't really teach. And as soon as a kid go wrong, calling them all out their names and trying to
Oh, yeah.
belittle, you fucking suck. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why you fucking this? And bruh, you ain't taught him nothing. You ain't taught him nothing. How you mad because he ain't lined up on the line if you ain't teaching that in practice?
And that's something I don't like either. I just my first 12, 13 years, I never even cussed around kids.
Yeah.
Just recently, I may slip up and say something, but always because I don't allow the kids to coach. So my whole thing is, do I cuss around? I don't allow them to cuss. So I tell them, do I cuss around you? All right, well, we're gonna be respectable out here, and even dealing now with my spring team, a couple boys, I was like, hold on, man, what you doing? No, and I can't even say no more. Do you cuss around your parents? Because some of these kids do cuss around their parents, so I can't even use that no more.
Yeah,
I can't even use that no more. So I just let them know, man, we don't do the cussing and stuff. We don't do none of that over here, bro. I don't know who coached you before, but that's just not the way I coach. Certain stuff I won't allow.
I'm gonna drop an occasional F-bomb. What the fuck? Why were you doing that? But it'll never be you fucking suck. You're fucking weak. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, cause now you it's you cussing at the child now.
Yeah.
If I say fuck, it's because I done called something and it didn't work. I'm big on telling the kids after the losses, I take responsibility for the losses. I feel if you're a coach, and if a coach says, well, I really ain't got the guys, bro, what kind of coach are you then? Because that's your job, is to teach. Well, we were we went 3-6 that year. I really didn't have the right guys on the team. And it's always I can draw up, say, I'm gonna run 4 wide receivers, single back. We're gonna run and shoot. We're running no huddle and all the other shit. Then we get the guys come out damn, we ain't got no receivers. We got all big boys. So fuck it. Let's just run unbalanced. Let's just run some unbalanced shit. We're just paddling the ball in. We can't even spread the ball out because you guys ain't fast enough to run. I ain't got the speed, or I ain't got the talent, or whatever. So now we gotta run something, the scheme that fits my team, and then be able to teach and all the shit. So and as they learn, then you can do more. But the biggest thing is teaching.
Yeah, even me, I had to get rid of the clipboard because that was like me cussing. When I'm mad, everybody was like, "Uh-oh." I broke hella clipboards. I used to be like the Bobby Knight of the
No, same here. One year I had a kid. He went to dollar store. He had his dad buy me 15 dry erase boards. I broke one, and he was like, "Oh, here, coach, I brought you another one." I went through 15 dry erase boards.
I I was so bad. I was so
Right.
bad. My ex brought me a metal clipboard. Like, you ain't gonna break this one. Cause I used to get them little cheap ones from the Dollar Tree and stuff, and I get mad. I punch it or I slam it down, and it's broke. So now what I do with that, I just come out with a laminated, my play sheet laminated like you see in the NFL. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I got a
certain
laminated
stuff
play
like that.
sheet.
Certain like that.
We teach.
What do you feel about that too? With coaches that just try to call plays off their head with like no strategy. Like I feel like I see that. I feel like you didn't game plan. Because with me, it's game planning, it's strategy. And I'm coming with all my plays and I usually line them up how I'm gonna run it. You know, I set up my play. So I don't understand coaches that come with no clipboard or not even no laminated play sheet.
Yeah. We got wristbands. We got a play sheet. I ask my coaches, do they know how to play chess? Like, I ask the coaches, Coach, you know how to play chess? And then every now and then you meet a coach that don't. He don't know how to play chess. But you tell him, like chess, every play you make, set up the next play. For every play you have, you need a counter.
Yeah.
For every counter, you need a pass off that. Like,
Mhm.
you know, if I run dive, I'm getting 5 yards each time on a dive. Now the defense has to adjust.
Mhm.
Once the defense adjusts to the dive, now I'm running stretch.
You got something to counter off that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then now, hey, look, now we can mix it up because now we're establishing the edge. Now we setting the edge. Now the defense is gonna make some adjustments. And now, hey, this next play we're gonna run underneath. Hey, instead of running outside, run inside. Hey, tight end or tackle, let him go wide and push him out. And it's just teaching. So plays is like that. But when a coach come out and be like, jet right, fake boot right, whoa, 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 whoa. Now the quarterback got to run all the way to the huddle and remember all that shit he said. He
Yeah.
got to run it like, look,
You
just
need
put it on the
wristbands for that.
wristband. Put it on the wristband. Have it
Yeah.
on the sheet. Play 3. And with our
And you
call sheets and our wristbands, our call sheets and wristbands, you know, each player has one. And I break it down where the linemen have their own wristbands. So each play, they know what their positions is. One game, we played a game last year where my player had lost his card off his wristband. So the team had it, right? So I wasn't tripping because he was a lineman. So the players, like the other team was like, GOF, what's golf? What's golf? Like, I was like, play 17. He heard me play 17. And he was like, golf. What he didn't know was that meant gap on free, and we was running at you. So they were just look like they was trying to figure it. It took them a while to figure out. So then we stopped yelling out the plays, and I just started giving them to the quarterback. He'd come to me, I tell him to play. So then he'd
Yeah.
go back to the huddle, look at his wristband, tell everybody to play, and then we go out and execute the play. But you still got to execute. You can
Yeah.
know the plays.
And with me, I had to simplify stuff, you know. So
Yeah,
how
no, you got to keep it simple because,
Yeah.
like I say, especially spring, because it's a short season, you can't have no big ass complex plays, a few trick plays, but keep everything basic and just execute that. I coached with one coach every year. He was adding 7 to 8 plays, and I'm like, bro, why you keep adding all these plays? And he was like, oh, I want to do something different. Like,
I hear
nah,
you. I hear you, but I don't know why your picture froze.
yeah, we got
You
40, huh?
Oh, on my screen you froze. Oh, okay, but on the actual ones on you didn't freeze on the actual one. I'm watching on my phone, but you didn't freeze on that. But on my screen, on my actual screen, you froze. But it's good because we hear you and you ain't froze on the actual the people that's watching. All right, but so tell me this. Here, I'm gonna put you on the hot seat right here. Give me your the four best players you think you have coached.
Shit. I done coached a lot of kids. Roderick Bonner. I coached him with the Vikings. Marcus Harrison. Damn, only 4. What happened? Where'd you go? Oh, shit done died on you. Now we'd like to take a moment and thank our sponsors. Da-da-da-da-da. Guys want to listen to some music? Let's listen to some music. Mac, where you at, man? Let me find out you done left, man. Mac, where you at? Mac Attack. Yeah, I done coached some good kids, man. Brandon Lee, Terrence Hampton, Fallon Barquette, Eric Stallworth III. Shit. Coached a few good linemen, a few good men. Shit, Mike Gonzalez, Antoine Williford. They play that Stag. Yeah, he's got me on there talking, man. Something ain't right, man.
Know that you are loved. Know
Yeah, man. Wolfpack K, 32 Elite K. Yeah, all that. If you ain't a king, you ain't shit. Since y'all still got me on live, I'm gonna just start talking shit. Yeah, man. The Delta Junior Kings, man. Be about it or be without it. You tired of motherfuckers playing daddy ball, favorites, unorganized, presidents running off with the money? Shit. dancing all in your videos, all behind the scenes. Come on down to the Kings, man.
Oh, I'm back. I'm back, man.
I run the show now. We're gonna change it.
Something happened.
Yeah,
Touch
I was still
my
online.
tablet, man.
It's still been going on,
Yeah,
man.
that's the good thing about StreamYard. It fuck up, but it keeps the shit rolling. I was like, damn, what I'm gonna do? And I said, let me try to get on with my phone.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I didn't
But
catch
yeah.
that. So can you run that? Can you run that back? It clicked off with your four the best four players that you have coached.
Roderick Bonner, Brandon Lee, Marcus Harrison, Fallon Barquette.
So you're not gonna put the boy that you said that's in college and stuff?
Chris Lawson, like I coached Chris 2 years. No, 1 year, 1 season. I coached Chris 1 or 2 seasons. It was 2 seasons. But I just feel like I didn't coach him long enough.
Oh,
Like, he, like you said, 4. So, but I knew Chris was gonna be great. I knew Chris was gonna be great when he was young. The fact that he ended up moving and the fact that he ended up moving or whatever, that kind of like hurt. As a matter of fact, I take that back. He didn't play that year. We lost to y'all 3 times. He wasn't even on the team that year. Like, I felt he would have been a difference maker, but he was on the team when we lost to the Trojans 2 years in a row, and he hadn't like grew into what he evolved into. But 7th, 8th grade, he played elsewhere. So,
okay, dope,
yeah,
dope.
7th, 8th grade, he played elsewhere. I was his coach 5th and 6th grade. And like I say, I knew he was going to be great, but he hadn't evolved yet. Like he could shake you or whatever. He really didn't have a speed, but then you seen it. You seen the athleticism, and you can always look as a kid and tell if he's going to have potential. On top of that, like all his brothers played ball. And what I loved about him the most, though, his brothers and them used to show up to the game. They made sure he was prepared and all the other stuff, but they was encouraging, like, "Hey, coach, you should do this and you should do that." And I think they didn't have no daughter. I think he didn't have no sister. They mama and daddy had all boys. Like, so all his brothers went and played D1 ball. All his brothers went on to play D1. And I think his younger brother is balling right now too. But yeah, I just felt like I didn't coach him long enough. I coached him 5th and 6th grade, and but these other guys, I got to coach a minute.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so those 4 will be my most like memorable. But like I say, I coached hella kids, so I mean the top 10 will be better, but those 4 guys, those was like hard workers, dedicated. Marcus is at Ashland right now, Ashland University. So he's still playing. Fallon's a senior, gonna be a senior at Lincoln. I done coached some good kids. I got a chance to coach a lot of good kids. Mike Gonzalez and Antoine Williford, I coached them with the Bengals.
Williford, he's the one at Stag, huh?
Yeah, him and Mike Gonzalez, they went back to back. 1 year, they rotated Defensive Player of the Year awards. Mike won it as a sophomore. Williford won it as a junior. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's nice.
Both of those guys get to play in the Lions All-Star game, and that's like my Super Bowl, because to see those kids that I used to coach 5th grade to 8th grade just prosper and even be better. Like, I remember when Williford didn't know the difference between the 3-hole or the 8-hole, right? He didn't know what Mike, Sam, and Will was, but he had a nose for the ball. He just wanted to tackle, because Williford, the first year I coached him, he had come from playing Smear the Queer everywhere. Yeah, he grew up on Smear the Queer, so that's all he knew. He just knew how to play Smear the Queer.
Get to the
So
ball. Yeah.
yeah, he know
Ball
how to
hawk.
get to the ball. Um,
And that's always good. That definitely makes a player, no matter his size. He just like to be around the ball, and that's like I would say with my little cousin Kendrick, who was my little linebacker, my middle linebacker on the Titans, and he just always was around every tackle.
yeah, him
Always around every tackle.
and it was crazy because him and Mike, they played together at the Bengals, and Williford was like high strung, and Mike has always been laid back and chill. I remember Mike told his mom on me. He's like, "Mom, Coach called me a fire hydrant," and because he was a little short, stocky little kid, and his mom was like, "Hey, Coach, why you call my son a fucking fire hydrant?" I said, "You ever see a car run into a fire hydrant?" And she was like, "Yeah." I said, "What happens?" She's like, "Usually the car gets fucked up." I said, "Well, that's what he is, a fucking fire hydrant." And yeah, those dudes grew up and went on to have the respectable high school careers, um, too. So it's gonna be nice seeing them playing the Lions All-Star game this year. I watched Hampton and Harrison play last year, so that was nice. And then probably the
What
next
Hampton?
year's
What Hampton is that? You talking about Little Hampton? Or his dad is coaching?
yeah, Lil Hampton. He ended up going to
Oh,
Modesto JC, but I think he just had shoulder surgery, so I don't think he's playing ball right now. And
that's my
Harrison is
guy too.
yeah,
That's my guy. I got to coach him at the factory, or help him
you
out at
know,
the factory.
he
He
was a hell of
cocky.
a baseball player.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, oh,
I
he
know
was a
he.
hell of a baseball player, and I remember he was like he always played like he was bigger, but he was just his height just he got tall later on in life, but he always played bigger than what he was. He was cocky. Um, yeah, he was real
Very much
cocky.
so.
Yeah, oh,
Very
he was
much
real
so.
cocky, and it
That's the
was
first
funny
thing I
because
noticed about him.
his size, you would think he had a short man complex, but he talked shit like he was 6 feet tall, and
But he
he was a
backed it
little
up a lot though.
yeah, no, he backed it up, and he talked trash. He talked trash on the field, like every game, every week. It was always somebody mad because he had all the best drip, and he knew what to say. He knew what to say to piss him off.
So I noticed you. I don't believe you ever coached 7-on-7. You ever thought about getting into that?
No, no,
No. Why
no. I
not?
think I think 7-on-7 it teaches bad fundamentals. I think I'm not knocking 7-on-7 because I like spring and people knock spring, but I'm not knocking 7-on-7. I just think it teaches bad fundamentals. Like
You
you
know,
go you go,
I'm not
you go to a
spring. I'm
tournament,
not spring.
you
Go
go to a
ahead.
tournament, you got 7 DBs. You got guy playing linebacker, you got 3 linebackers, which are really DBs, and you got 2 corners and 2 safeties or whatever. The guys are like playing in space. It's more for receivers and DBs and quarterbacks. I
Yeah.
think running backs and linebackers shouldn't even play 7-on-7 because 7-on-7 at the linebacker position, your first step is backwards. It's in 11-on-11 as a
It's
linebacker,
forward.
your first step is forward. Your first
Forward.
two
Yeah.
steps are read steps, and those are
Yeah.
forward steps. So a kid can't correct his mechanics in 7-on-7, but he can learn defensive fundamentals. He can learn route running if they're running precise routes or if they're saying just run an over or run a streak or whatever. It's a lot of kids that play 7-on-7. They don't get better. They just play 7-on-7 because they want to have the Instagram highlight or them on Instagram doing a high five or the backflip or whatever. But I would never coach 7-on-7. I like contact.
But
Um,
but but my knock on spring ball is I think these kids need a rest from all the contact. Definitely these high contact people. I think that's playing contact sports year round.
well,
So I always tell my kids, man, it's better to play 7-on-7. So you
yeah.
give you
So,
give you give your head a break.
all right. So, some people say that, but they develop faster. Every kid, the last 3 years, this is year 4, that's the play spring ball for me, 14U. When they go to high school, they play up. If they're 8th graders, when they get to high school, they play JV. If they're 9th graders, when they go back to high school, when high school season starts next year, the following year as sophomores, they play varsity. Every kid plays up because he done got a little better in reps, game planning, and all the other stuff. I use spring ball to develop the kids. With our drills that we do, everything we do coincide. I'm not gonna have the linemen backpedaling, turning their hips and running and backpedaling and doing all that shit. Linemen is doing lineman drills, fundamentals to get them better. Receivers and DBs the same thing. Linebackers and running backs the same thing. It's just teaching. Everybody don't do that. Some dudes think at spring ball like niggas just trying to get a championship. Yeah, it's a lot of niggas just look for championships. I don't care about a championship. I won one. We won the little Rising Stars tournament. We had some good games. We won one of the games. And we had the little Turkey Bowl this past season at 14U, but the kids had fun. We was able to develop a little bit, and we was able to compete too. So that's the biggest thing is competing. But at the end of the season, I want every player to know more than what he came in knowing. So then when he goes to high school or when he gets back to the high school program, the coach sees development. You can ask D Graves. Last 2 years, we didn't have last year we had 8 guys in our spring that played at Chavez. So those players are a little more better. They're more developed. We had about eight guys. The year before that, we had about 4 or 5 guys. But when they got to high school, when they got back to high school, the freshmen, they played varsity. Yeah, they played.
Yeah.
Those guys play varsity. So a lot of coaches see the growth in the players because in spring ball, the game is a little faster than Pop Warner. It's not actual Pop Warner because you're playing 9th graders and some 10th graders, depending on the league or whatever. The game's way faster. So with the game being faster, it's just better. And as far as contact, I don't know why they say too much contact, but with football now, they're starting to take the helmet out of the play. Like if a kid comes with his helmet, they're ejecting him out the game. They're calling it a spear. So as a coach, you got to adapt to that. You got to teach leading with your shoulder, helmet in front, and all the stuff. So they make us teach differently. So they're taking, it's not like it was when we played. You heard a lot of thuds and skull cracking and all that. Running back lower his head and run through a guy, referee might call a spearing call on a running back. It's rare. It's not right, but it happens. Like, how's the running back supposed to protect himself if he don't drop his head? But a linebacker come do it, it's gonna be the same thing. Oh, he's spiriting. Why? Because he led with his head. So they want us to take the helmet out of competition. So we got to teach them to lead with the shoulders. You just got to adjust. You got to be able to adjust.
So you don't think that's for player safety? Like now you can't do crackback blocks and all that.
No,
stuff?
I like that. That's player safety. I teach the kids to come hands first. We got a few crackback plays and it's hands first. And at 13, 14 years old, those guys are pervs. So you got to teach them to grab tits. Hey, hands first, because if you drop your shoulder or lead with your head, the ref's gonna throw a flag. So, and those have been. I remember we had 2 plays we ran. We scored a touchdown, and the coach was they're running crackbacks, and the ref said the guy is leading with his hands first, so it's legal.
Yeah.
And shit, he led with his hands each time. He led with his hands, and we was teaching to put their hand on the shoulder and drive them through. If you can't get their chest, hand on the shoulder, one hand in the front, one hand on their shoulder, and just push them down, seal the edge. I don't care I don't want you to come downhill and just barrel through this dude. Nah, because then it's gonna be a penalty. But if the refs see me with hands, the refs will be like, all right, there you go, coach. You starting to understand the game, and that's coaching. You got to be able to adapt. Some guys don't do that. They just
another big commotion is what do you feel about reclassifying?
Well, I done watched it happen. Some guys have reclassified and it helped, right? Maybe their actual age or birthday didn't coincide. So shit. I had one of my sons, he wanted us to reclassify him, but I'm like, fuck that. Well, he graduated, he was 17. His birthday wasn't until end of September, so shit, he waited 3 months before he turned 18. So he could have reclassified or whatever. But I just think whatever grade you playing ball in, just keep playing. Because eventually they're gonna catch up with you regardless. Like you reclassify in the 5th grade, you repeat the 5th grade over again. Um, that's the parents' choice. I really don't too much care about that shit. Um,
So in most in a lot of situations it does help,
it
but
does help.
because even for college, high school, you more developed, and now you're supposed to be older, so you're more developed when you come into it. So but
What about the
us
guy at
growing up,
Miami? Number 10 at Miami. He was
who
a
was that bang?
17-year-old true freshman.
Oh, okay, that wasn't the guy I'm thinking about.
The
Yeah, but
Hurricanes.
from our era though, that's what it was about. It wasn't about reclassifying.
Yeah, no, you
And
just played.
most kids played up. It was a good thing. It was more of a good thing. I think more freshmen are playing varsity, more sophomores are playing varsity. Back in the day, that used to be a big thing if you was a freshman and could play varsity, go straight to varsity.
Yeah, but now it's
Nowadays,
like,
it's
yeah.
common.
Well, it's common, but if a high school football program has 9 or 10 freshmen on there, or 3 or 4 freshmen, I don't think they're developing. I don't think the high school football program is that good for you to have freshmen on playing upper levels.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like go to
Now,
St. Mary's. They're
now,
freshmen. They freshmen play freshman football. They might have a few freshmen that play JV, but they're not putting them on varsity unless he's a dog.
yeah,
Like, and most of the freshmen that play varsity, they all reclassified.
yeah.
So
Nowadays, it's that.
nowadays, like, I got a question for you. Who's who you think the baddest running back out this area was?
Out this area,
Yeah,
all time.
yeah.
Growing up watching. I don't. Whew, that's hard. It's. Let me
We
say
had a
three.
lot of backs. We had a lot of backs. We had a
Let
lot
me
of backs from
let me
98 to
say.
2000. Or the
Let
90,
me say.
well, I mean, it was a lot of backs. So I'm not from 98, from 92 to 2000. It was a
I'm gonna
lot of
give
backs.
two. I'm gonna give two from the old school and two from the new school.
All right.
My old school ones would be. I gotta start off with the hood homie, Larry McDonald.
Yeah.
I think back in the days he got a lot more recognition than people give him now.
Oh yeah.
But Larry McDonald and Frank Strong.
Yeah.
I
All
said
right.
if I had to
That's
select,
old school or
that's
new
old school.
school? That's
That's
old
old
school.
school for me. Back in our
All right.
era, or the
All
era
right.
before me.
All right.
New school. I got to go with Jonah and Raleigh.
Yeah.
Like and Raleigh being like the LeBron James of our
Yeah.
era, of
Well,
our area.
well, I mean, Larry was nice. Larry was a dog, right? But remember Maurice Washington?
But he wasn't no running back. Maurice was a receiver.
Oh, he was a receiver.
Yeah, Maurice was a receiver. Maurice was a dog for sure, but
Yeah.
he played receiver,
Well, I'm gonna
But
say Larry McDonald and Johnny Randall.
Johnny Randall, I played with Johnny Randall on the Vikings. He was an 8th grader. I was a 6th grader. That year we went undefeated.
Johnny
but
Randall. Johnny wore
Johnny,
number 0 and number 99. Like, and then
he set the trend for Tim Brown to wear that 99. Johnny did wear 99 first.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
But Johnny
my
still
era,
has. I believe Johnny still has
and
the
Larry
rest.
played before me.
Yeah. Oh,
but
Larry
then-
came before Johnny. I think Johnny still has the most rushing yards in the game. For something. Marcus Fields
he ran for 5 and some change.
No, I think it's 4 something on Bear Creek.
Yeah,
Marcus Fields had Marcus.
That was
Marcus
East
Fields
Union.
had it.
That was
Marcus
they played
Fields
East
had
Union
it
that game.
first.
Yeah.
Marcus Fields had it first. Marcus Fields had it against. I was at that game too. Marcus Fields broke the record. He against St. Mary's, Stagg versus St. Mary's. Marcus Fields went for like 423. Frank Strong went for like 3 something, and the other running back from St. Mary's, Ryan Marriott. That was the best football game I ever seen because it was back to back, but it was Fields. And then it was either on St. Mary's, either it was Frank Strong or Ryan Mariota, the fullback. The fullback rushed for damn near 200 yards. And Frank Strong had 3-something. Marcus Fields had 423, I believe. And I believe Johnny Randall came back a couple weeks later.
Against
or
East
maybe
Union, he ran for like 4 and some change, 5 touchdowns.
456.
And he wore number 0. And he wore number 0. Yeah, he wore number 0. Johnny was so. I mean, Raleigh and Jonah, this era, them dudes bar none the best, right? But I played with Tim Brown and Tyrone Gross. Like
I played with Tyrone too.
Tyrone Gross and Tim Brown, like shit. I blocked for Tim. I got the block for Tim. So Tim was like, niggas didn't know after practice. Tim used to
was
run.
like the human joystick. Tim
used to run. Tim used to run 1,000 yards after practice every day.
But that was the training that's the training Tim had from his dad, though.
He was
like
5'5", 165 pounds.
Yeah, but he had some of his dad really trained him in cuts and the cones and shit. Tim was like one of the first ones that really had some type of training. Tim, I played with Tim when I was on the Vikings. Tim was on novice. Tim, and that was probably one of the best novice teams ever. Most talented. They had Tim Brown. They had Tyrone Gross, and they had Brandon Williams. I seen Brandon here earlier too. They had those 3, and I remember those my little guys. Those my little folks or whatever. I was on JV. They was like on novice back then, and Brandon Harper too. I think they had Brandon Harper was on that team.
Yeah, it was Brandon. It was Tim, Brandon Harper, and because Tyrone Gross played for the Lions, and then he went to the Trojans.
No, he played for the Vikings, then he went to the Trojans.
He played for the Lions 1 year too. He played with Abram Coleman.
I don't never remember Tyrone Gross playing for the Lions, but maybe but
novice.
Tyrone
he played novice. He played novice for the Lions 1 year.
He played a novice year on the Vikings too, because when I was on JV that year, Tyrone Gross was on novice for the Vikings, and Tyrone was the man of that. And two, we can't forget like Popcorn. Popcorn had all the records at first. He probably still got some of the records on Pop Warner football.
Shit, Ramon Glasgow had all the records.
Nah,
Ramon Glasgow played for the Bears. That nigga was in the paper every year.
Yeah,
every year. They bought it.
Popcorn was before your time, man.
Yeah, Popcorn was before my time, but I know every year they would put a picture of Ramon Gross, Ramon Glasgow in the newspaper.
You know why?
For the Bears, 1,000-yard runner.
That's all they had. That's all the Bears had was Ramon at the time.
Yeah.
That's
Lavelle
all they
played
had.
for the Bears too.
Lavelle wasn't shit back then, though. He wasn't. Lavelle wasn't a man in Pop Warner. We have nobody brings up Lavelle on Pop Warner. Lavelle started shining in high school.
Yeah, Lavelle Edison. I remember that year he beat fucking St. Mary's, nigga. He had the whole city out.
Yeah, Lavelle really shined on there.
Yeah, he had the whole city out.
Like the Tim Browns, the Tyrone Gross, all of them is Pop Warner legends. Lavelle wasn't no Pop Warner legend. Lavelle was a high school legend. He didn't get that recognition till high school. Lance was a beast.
Yeah, Lance, 2,000-yard rusher.
That's Stag, yeah. First 2,000 yard. Yeah, I think he had the first 2,000.
No, Marcus was the first 2,000-yard rusher.
Marcus had it first.
Marcus, then, Johnny, then Lance.
Then Lance. And I think Lance has the most, though.
Yeah, I don't know. You got to check that out.
I think Lance has the record out here. But yeah, and Lance wasn't no Pop Warner legend either. Nobody knew about Lance. We knew about Gabe. Gabe was a Pop Warner legend.
I remember. See, Gabe played with my cousin Steve. I remember Coach Rose was rubbing. Coach Rose. Coach Vern. Rest in peace. Gabe had a pulled hamstring, man. Gabe ran for like 213 yards with a pulled hamstring. He was rubbing the shit on his leg that they put on the horses, on the race horses. Like
that's crazy. Some of the stories you hear about these old schools. I heard a story about Larry McDonald. They said he didn't have his cleats or something. They
Yeah.
said these motherfuckers, I don't know if the story is true, but they said they taped up, he had some flip-flops on or something, and they taped them motherfuckers up and he got busy with it. I don't know how true the story is, but that's what I heard back in the days.
I
All
I
right.
heard the same thing. I heard the
Yeah, I
same
heard that.
thing. They the way they said like it was a myth. Like legend has it, Larry
Yeah,
played a
yeah,
game with some slides. Like Larry played a game with some slides.
and some slides
Um,
taped up.
yeah.
I heard that back in the days. I'm sorry, I did hear that. Aaron Mitchell said Webster Slaughter. Yeah, Webster Slaughter way before all our time,
Yeah,
but I was a Webster
I
Slaughter
never
fan.
seen Webster Slaughter catch a pass, man.
Not out here, but I
We
I
went
was
to
a
his
Webster
camp.
Slaughter fan.
We went to his camp. Him and JD Hill, they was at the camp.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
remember they
but
called JD Hill smoking?
smoking what?
Man, he was smoking cream, nigga. What you mean?
Man, I think JD Hill used to be on my Facebook, man. Hopefully he ain't no more. He don't need to hear this.
No, I mean it's cool though. I mean you live
Yeah,
and
that's
you learn
back in it,
shit.
but that stopped a lot of athletes back in the 80s. So I got a few more questions before I get out of here. Give me your Mount Rushmore of 209 athletes. Anybody, your top 4.
Johnny
Hold on,
Randall.
Johnny.
Shit. What's that man's last name? Ahmad. He played at Edison. I mean, he played at Franklin. He ended up playing at USC. Played with Frank and them. Tim Brown for sure.
Who else? Who after Johnny?
Got Johnny and Tim for sure.
Tim Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, Tim Brown.
Yeah, you saying that because you played with him or what?
I played with him. I've been knowing Tim since we was 4 years old. Like, I always thought Tim was just one hell of an athlete. Like, I never seen a guy work as hard as Tim. Like, for real. Like, I never seen a guy work as hard as Tim. Like, Tim was squatting 355, benching 185 hella times in high school. Like, he was the hardest working guy I know. And because of that, like, I always was respectful of that. Just the work he put in. He was undersized, but the work he put in was unmatched.
Yeah. Tim is definitely a beast.
Shit. And as far as my Mount Rushmore is players from past and present, or just all past players, and not this new school.
Stockton, period.
Shante Carver. He was a beast at Lincoln. He ended up playing.
Carver.
He was a first round pick with the Cowboys.
The Cowboys, yeah.
Yeah, he was the first round.
Him and Derek Kennard.
Yeah, him and Derek Kennard. But Tim, Shante, Johnny Randall, and shit, man, Marcus Fields. Like,
so
yeah.
Tim, Johnny, Marcus Fields, and Shante. So you left off the Frank Strongs, you left off the Larry McDonalds, you left off the Lateef Rims.
Yeah. I mean, all those guys was nice. Lateef was nice. George Williams, Frank, all those guys was nice.
Wendrell
Hayes, like, all those guys was nice. I am not gonna hold them, but shit, that's my opinion. In my opinion, I think them 4 guys, like, when you mention football players from Stockton, like, you mention those guys' names. Those guys' names are gonna be mentioned. Like, none of the guys you named, like, that's crazy. Like, but at the same time, shit, look at the presidents that's on Mount Rushmore. The motherfuckers ain't shit. Like, so, but in their opinion, they the best presidents ever. Like, our opinion, we got Obama on Mount Rushmore.
He said Marcus and Shante are cousins. Oh, I didn't know that, Danny B.
Yeah.
So, yeah, another thing before I let you out of here. So, what made you and how did you start you bring back the Delta Junior Kings?
Oh, so I helped start the Wolfpack. we helped. Dude had a name, came together with somebody else, and we got that going. My nephew made a contribution, bought me some equipment, and went from there. But I didn't like how things was going, so I left. I was asked would I want to start a feeder program. Before I left, I was asked by a high school would we want to be their feeder program. Would we be interested in changing our name and stuff and all the other stuff. So I reached out to the board, and a few people was open-minded to it, but the president was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm vested in the name. So I reached back out to Crocker and was like, man, because Crocker and Tim called me. So I reached back out to Crocker, like, hey, Mike don't want to do it. He said he don't want to change his name, whatever, woo, woo, woo. So then he was like, will you be interested in doing it? I'm like, for real? He like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. So I put the paperwork in and did everything. And once I got the paperwork back or whatever, I was just like, hey, I'm not coming back. And they like, why? I'm like, I'm starting my own team. And some people say I was crazy, are you dumb or whatever. So I ended up starting my own team. My nephew purchased like 85 helmets, 85 sets of shoulder pads. And, I asked him to buy the shit. So I felt like, I'm taking my shit with me. So that's what I did. And then I started the Delta Junior Kings, and I couldn't get in the league for the fall. So we had like 60 kids sign up, and I had to refund all their money. And I just built my board, got my board a little stronger. And then I was like, fuck it, we're going to make a push for spring. So then we start lining up in that. I bought a few more helmets, a few more sets of shoulder pads. I just went from there. Now we is in spring. We practice at Stag. Our home games will be at Stag. The official feeder program is Stag. I'm back in the DYFL after a like 4-year suspension or 5-year suspension or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I was
hey,
there. I was
he sh-
there.
he shouldn't.
I wasn't
He
gonna
sh-
bring that up, but
yeah,
I
he
was
shouldn't have
there.
came out the booth. He shouldn't
I
have
was
came out
there.
the booth. If he wouldn't have
I
came
was
out the
there.
booth, none of that stuff would have never happened. But it's water under the
You kind of,
bridge now. It's water under the
yeah.
bridge now. So, but I just started making the push for for the Delta Junior Kings. I got reinstated. We got back in DYFL. I found a spring league that we can get in. And it's just now like putting that together. We didn't have a barbecue fundraiser. We had a crab feed. The crab feed was just Saturday. It was nice. It was the first one I ever like orchestrated and ran. So it was cool.
So you know what I want to say to that? That's called resilience. They told you no, you didn't make it your first run at it. You didn't give up. You've been suspended out of the league. You didn't give up. You kept going. You kept going and pushing it, and now you are where you at. So I definitely applaud you for being resilient in that
yeah,
shit. Because some people would have gave up. Some people
yeah.
say, "Oh,
Well,
fuck it."
they kicked me out the DYFL. I felt like because they wanted me, because
Nigga, we
for
know why they kicked you out. I was there.
I know I beat dude up. I ain't gonna say
Yeah,
that. I mean,
you
I beat
definitely
dude up,
did.
but at the same time, I felt like
There,
at the
there,
time I got kicked out the league because they were fearful of me.
yeah, because there's been other. That's why I said the DYFL used to do me that same way. There's been other people that have fought too
Yes,
and didn't
and
get
nothing
no
happened.
5-year ban.
Yeah, they didn't get a
I saw.
5-year ban. They got a
I
5-game suspension. You know what's crazy?
Yeah, that's it.
The dude I beat up, he got suspended for 5 games. And he the one who started the fight, but because I was the aggressor, I got the bulk of it. And I took my
5-year
punishment on the
ban.
chin. I left, and they didn't hear a peep from me. But what I did was I went and coached somewhere else, and I was coaching spring, and I started making. I had to I got to rebrand myself, and basically I can be around football still. So I was the king of the spring, 3
She said.
years.
She said D. Brandy said D is still suspended. That's who you fought was D.
No. Her husband got suspended before me. I didn't
Oh,
fight him.
yeah. Oh, he fought at the Super Bowl. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the year I coached. Yeah, with him.
Yeah.
That nigga fought at the. He fought our assistant, another coach at the Super Bowl. I was like,
Yeah.
God damn, what y'all doing? I had to break that up. I was there for that too.
So
I was there for that too.
I just kept fighting because I told myself, like, so what? So what if I can't coach? And I remember the first year I coached spring. I was invited to coach spring by my godfather, Coach Sandoval, Richard Sandoval. He said, "Hey man, we're doing spring. Won't you come out and coach?" And I was like,
RP Sandoval.
I said, "Pops, man, one of your board members don't like me." And he like, "Who?" I'm like, "Brandy." He like, "What you mean Brandy don't like you?" I said, "Man, she done submitted all these letters to the DYFL saying I had a hit out on her son or something." And like, Brandy was whooping
in here.
Yeah, Brandy was whooping me with the paperwork, right? So this is how it is. And I was like, he's like, "No, man." I was like, "Pops, for real, like, it's tension." I said, "I don't have no problem with her, but I know that she don't like me." So he said, "Look, just show up and coach. Just show up and coach and be yourself. And I bet you this, eventually she's gonna like you." And no lie, it took a couple weeks, the head nods and the long distance stares, and she was side-eyed me a couple times and shit. But as the season started, I just kept showing up to practice every day and kept doing what I knew how to do, and that was coach the kids. And then as the season started and went on, like, it was like shit. It was like salt and pepper. And then the following year, like, it was like back at it again. And then, I had a good run with Brandy. Last 3 years for spring, it was nice. I talked to her from time to time, even though she with the Wolf Pack. You feel me? But shit, we here now. I got my own team. If you got any kids that want to sign up, bring them down to Stag, man. Yeah, I got the cheapest prices in the city, man. $125 for football, man.
And then you be cheating, man. You be bribing folks with the haircuts.
I do bribe them, man.
Man.
It ain't a bribery. I'm just telling them the truth.
You be
I just tell them the
bribing.
truth. I ain't bribing them. I'm telling them the
See,
truth. You want an F7? You want an F7? Come play for the Kings. We buying F7s.
Yeah, I heard that's what you was doing this year. I heard that's what you was doing this year.
40 F7s was purchased.
40
F7s.
But I remember with that year you got Noah Bonner from me, and he was like, "Man,
so this is how I got Noah, right?"
He offered me. That's what he told. This is what he was telling me.
He a lie. So Dre didn't want to go back. Dre, my partner, me and I invited Dre. I told Dre I needed a coach. They was living out north, and Dre came over and coached with us. Like, and that's how we got Dre. That's how I got Noah.
They told me you was offering free haircuts.
Yeah, I did. I gave Noah got some free haircuts. He had to score a touchdown to get them haircuts. We still offering free haircuts. If you need your haircut, I might not cut you, but I got 7 barbers that can cut you at the Razor Barbershop, man. It's that. I don't know. I get a lot of kids because I'm cool with the parents. But then the kids like me because, hey, man, what y'all want to listen to? What y'all want to do, man? But you got to put some work in.
And that's what I can say about you being around and shit. Like, a lot of kids like me. I can say kids do like you and want to that to me, that is really the definition of a good coach. When kids are willing to follow you, even when you move. And that was one of the main things with me. I didn't coach like 5 different teams. And every time I left a program, I took some kids with me.
Yeah.
So that's the definition. And I've been noticing that about you. A lot of kids will come because of you. And that's why we need, and that's what I'll say, with me and you, that's why we should be more on the high school level, because we're able to attract the kids. Now that's real big, because a lot of these kids want to go where the young coaches is, the Crockers, the Graves and stuff, because they familiar with these coaches.
Familiarity, it's just the times. You gotta. So I learned in prison, right? Because I went to prison. I was 19, and my cellie was. I had a cellie that was 33. And then there was another old head that used to talk to my cellie that was in his 50s. But I couldn't connect with the cellie that was in his 50s. I mean, I listened to him because I was taught to listen to your elders and shit. But we couldn't really connect because the age gap. So I was able to connect with my cellie because he was, like I say, he was in his early 30s. And me being 19, that's 10, 11 years apart. It wasn't, he was probably like 30. But it was the bridge gap. You got to be able to connect with the kids. And no matter how old you get, you got to change with the times. You got to be able to connect with the kids because that's the biggest thing. If you come in and you got this old style of teaching, this old style of doing things, you're going to lose the kids. So the kids, they do want to listen to music. They do want to be bragged about and blasted on Facebook and social media. They do want to have a bump box. They want the nice drip. They want all that. But you got to tell them as a coach, like Coach Prime, like look good, play good, right? But
Yeah.
just because you look good don't automatically mean you're going to play good. You got to put the work. So we got 29 guys on our spring team. And somebody was like, you should come play with us. Y'all they ain't got nobody over there at the Kings. We got all dogs. And the kid said, well, we got Coach White. And then the conversation was over. And when I read that, I was smiled. I was happy because shit, motherfucker feel like with Coach White, they can go run through a fucking wall. That's what we gonna do. To see that and no, I didn't coerce that. I didn't tell him to do that or nothing. That's just what was said. Like, I don't want the best athletes. I'm not gonna make a post saying I want all dogs to come play with me. Nah, send me some football players. Give me 8 elephants, 3 giraffes, a flamingo. You follow what I'm saying? And we're gonna play some football. Like, everybody like, what you gonna do with the flamingo? He gonna be the fucking kicker. Like, but the 8 elephants and the 3 giraffes, though, we're gonna run the ball. We're gonna run the ball and we're gonna play some football. Like, so I don't need 11 dogs. Give me some guys that want to play football, that want to work hard, put the work in, and we're gonna install the system and we're gonna play. We're gonna play some ball. And that's it. That's the joy I get out of coaching. That's what I love doing. The biggest thing now is I'm responsible for it if it failed. I'm the president. So if shit don't go right, it's my name. It's my name on
Yeah.
the wire. And
If the organization ain't organized,
yeah,
it comes on you.
yeah, ain't no smut on my name. I don't steal money from the kids. I ain't stole shit. You follow what I'm saying? I had a few parents. I had one parent sign up, pay their money, and 3 days later, she like, hey, we moved. Like, I'm
You
like,
gave them their money back?
you damn right. I gave her her motherfucking money back.
And a lot of programs don't do that too.
Yeah, I don't want your money. I don't want your money. If you leaving, bye, leave, go. I'm a firm believer in that. Like, a lot of organizations don't do that because they take the money and go spend it on whatever. And then once the parent like, I don't want to play no more, we gone. Like, another parent, like, well, we finna leave. Well, I paid. I'm like, all right, well, I'm at work. Get me to the end of the day. I'll send you the money. I'll refund you back the money to the bank. She's like, no, keep the money and just put it towards somebody else's fees. Oh, okay, we can do that. Like,
yeah.
But I don't mind giving them back the money, especially if they ain't played. Now, if they done played in the game, we practicing or whatever, y'all done played in the one game or scrimmage or whatever, you're not getting no refund. But if we ain't did nothing yet, hey, I'm gonna give you your money back. I don't even want it. I'm gonna give you money back. That's just what it is. Because like I say, I'm a good businessman, and ain't no smut on my name in the streets. Ain't no smut on my name in business either. They might say I'm a tyrant. I do things like aggressively and all the other stuff, but ain't no smut. I don't want no smut on my name. So that keeps smut off the name. Because parents like, I went there, they didn't have shit, and we couldn't even get our money back. Nah, I don't want that. I don't want that.
So you mentioned Sandoval, right? And he just recently passed away, RP Sandoval. Tell me what you learned from being under Sandoval.
Oh, just consistency. I learned that from a lot of coaches, but sometimes you gotta like go the extra mile sometimes and do a little more. I never had. He was supposed to coach with us that year, but he didn't. But I always talk to him like that's like my godfather. Me and his son, Lil Ricky. Me and his son Richard Sandoval III. Me and his son was been best friends since like 11th grade. So his wife and I share the same birthday. So he has always been like a father figure to me. I remember when I told him I was going to prison, he cried. I used to think he hated me, but when I told him I was going to prison, he cried. I kind of like found out like, damn, this dude really do care about me. So when I came home, he was always influential just about giving back and doing right because the kids needed me. And then when he got a chance to see me coach, it was a different respect because he's always talked shit. Oh man, you over there with the weak ass Bengals and y'all don't know shit and you don't know this. And then when I coached that year, first year with Spring, he was like, well, wait, you do know some shit. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
man, look at all these dudes running. Like, look at what your other guys is doing. I said, they just running plays. I said, look, I got linemen over here, receivers, running backs over here. I got 2 quarterbacks, one guy throwing the ball, other guy doing handoffs. Like, and we're going to do this for 10 minutes and we're going to switch. And this is our practice. Would you want me to make you a practice plan? Want to see the schedule so you can follow it? He like, man, just show up. Just show up. And then after about like week 3, he gained my trust, and I gained his respect. He started respecting me more as a coach. He like, man, I got to give it to you, man. You kind of put it together. And then at the end of the season, he said he was scared because he didn't think that with the amount of kids I had, it was going to be a good outcome. Because he was like, you got too many kids. You got too many kids. But everybody played because
Yeah.
I understand that shit. I know how to put players in and develop players. So.
And you said after week 3, he gained your respect. With me, with Sandoval, when I went over there
Well,
and
I gained
joined
his respect. I gained his
Oh, you
respect
gained
as a
yeah,
coach.
that's what I meant.
Yeah.
It took me, you said week 3, it took me about 2 or 3 weeks to gain that respect of Sandoval because me being new over there to the Yellow Jackets, and there was a practice and head coach Tubbs, shout out to my boy Tubbs, but we had kind of bumped heads. And Sandoval came over there and he had my back because he was like, Coach Tubbs, you ain't even gave him time. You ain't even gave him time. I was doing something, and Sandoval knew exactly what I was doing. Tubbs didn't know what I was doing, and Sandoval had my back on that. And I was like, I respected him ever since then. He was like, I'm trying to do something here. Like, you got to understand what I'm doing right now, Tubbs. Like, give me time to do the shit. Like, and that's what Sandoval said. You didn't even give him time. Hold on. He gonna put everybody in. He gonna do this. He gonna do that. And it was that. And from that moment on, I was like, I like this dude. I like this dude. And so he even went from being a president to stepping down and just wanted to coach with me. And I respect that. He thought he was the best defensive motherfucking coach ever.
Yeah.
And
I
I felt like I was the best offensive.
Like,
so we talked shit.
44 defense.
Yeah. And I said, Sandoval, I'll put up 50 points on you any day. He was like, oh, fuck that, Coach Davis. And nigga, whoop-de-whoop. And so he talked a lot of shit. And that was my guy, man. RIP to Sandoval. And I said, he actually stepped down from being the president, and that turned into an undefeated season. Brandy, no, she was there, undefeated, number 1 offense, number 1 defense, probably one of the best teams in the DYFL ever. I'll put that team up against any DYFL team ever, JV squad. But it really took Sandoval, and people was trying to get me to leave. Like, people was trying to really get me to leave, and I'm a loyal person. Like, I'm not leaving a program unless people done me wrong. And a lot of these other programs that did me wrong, and Sandoval always did right by me. He when I was up in the air about
do right by me, nigga.
Yeah,
that's what
I was up in the air about leaving after my whole Super Bowl team. I was like, I don't know if they're coming back. And Sandoval held the JV coaching spot open for me for a long time. He's like, Coach, let me know. And I wasn't getting back to him, and he would hit me up, let me know. And I was like, you know what? I want to go up with the boys. I talked to some of my players. I thought I was gonna get my team back that I won the Super Bowl with, but then D-Lo and them, they went to the Titans, and that fucked me up. And then you taking Noah, that fucked me
Yeah,
up.
Von had a nice
I-
run on us that day. He had a nice hard run on us that when we played y'all at Bear Creek.
Yeah, my nephew wasn't going nowhere. I wasn't worried about my nephew, and they was trying to get in his head.
Yeah.
They was trying to get him to the Rams because that year I coached 7-on-7, and Zoe and all them was going to the Rams.
I remember that.
So I was like, my nephew stuck with me. But all I had was him, Zaragoza, and that was probably it, But if I would have had, like, I thought I was gonna get my team back. And I was fucking mad when Tubbs took D-Lo and them from me. D-Lo and Turtle from me. That fucked my whole season up. Because they was over there. They was at the Rams first. And then they came back here. And then all of a sudden they was on the Titans. That fucked me up so bad. And having Noah gone, I was like, that was my repeat Super Bowl. I was thinking I was finna get my. Oh, I did have Kayshawn. I did have Kayshawn. He was another dog. In there. He helped win some games too. Brandy was there, so she remember. But yeah, my memory is a little frosty right now. All right, but we running out of time on my StreamYard shit because we almost approaching 2 hours. But before we go, I like to play a little game either or. Building a high school team. You gonna tell me either or which one you going with. I'm gonna give you two artists. I'm gonna bring you up perfectly over here. All right. So since you did mention Tim, and you mentioned Johnny, so either or. You're starting a high school football team. You picking Tim or Johnny Randall?
Tim.
You taking Tim over Johnny Randall?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go here with it. Brandon Cooks or Tremaine Johnson?
Tremaine Johnson.
Over Cooks? Ooh, this is interesting. All right. Tyrone Gross or Lionel Hamilton?
Tyrone. For sure.
All right, let me see where I can get you. I need a hard one because you answering this shit too quick. Let me see if I can get a hard one. Let me see. Lavelle Hawkins or Lewis Rankin?
Lavelle.
Damn, I can't get no hard ones for him. Let me see. Raleigh Brown or Jonah Coleman?
Was like on Drink Champs. You gotta take a drink. Fuck that.
Yeah. You need a drink on that one? Okay, I got a hard one for him.
Yeah, but just take a drink, man. Both of them niggas is tight. Both of them tight. Shit. You want to in between the tackle back? You want a power back or you want a finesse back, man? Shit.
All right, let me see. Who else can I pull up? Let me see. Who else? I said all right. Lateef Graham or Wendell Haynes?
Lateef.
All right, that's too easy for you. God damn. Let me see. Brandon Williams or RIP Travell George?
Ooh, I played with both of them niggas.
I know. That's why
we had them. That was our DBs.
Yeah.
Shit.
That might be a drink, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna have another drink, man. I'm gonna have me another drink. Ain't nothing in there though. I made me a drink. I'm gonna take a drink.
It's another drink, huh? All right. Let's go with franchises. Most powerful franchises. Would you want to coach for the Vikings, old school Vikings, or the old school East Side Lions?
Lions.
Because you're a Lions person, huh? All right. So you probably gonna do this because you're a Bengals person. Bengals or the Trojans, powerhouses.
Delta Junior Kings.
Delta Junior Kings.
Nah, when you look at, I want my franchise set up right. So I got a chance to be a part of a couple franchises, and shout out to Derek Martin, because that dude ran the Bengals for like 20 years.
I
And
hated Derek.
everybody
Derek.
hated Derek, but fuck it, it wasn't your job. I mean, he didn't care. The kids loved him. The kids
Derek
loved him.
Derek grew on me, or I grew on Derek eventually. But Derek
Yeah,
used to always try
yeah.
to get me suspended.
Yeah. Derek was by the book, but I could tell you this: when you came to the practices, you seen where the finances was going. They had the best uniforms, had the best snack bar. You see everything. We was organized and all the shit.
Yeah.
So I never was a part of the Trojans. I seen them from a distance, but Derek, to me, set the standard for what you want your organization to be, how you want to run your organization, and all that. So shout out to Derek, because I learned a lot by watching Derek. Having team moms and snack bar and snacks for the kids at halftime, and just organizer skills, like the organization skills. I learned that from Derek. Like, so shout out to Derek.
So these last couple minutes, any shout outs, any plugs you want to put in there before we get up off of this?
Yeah, shout out to the factory. They're our sponsor. They sponsored us. They pay for our uniforms. So I want to shout the factory out and thank them. Shout out to Fireside Bar and Grill in Lathrop. They or Fireside Bar in Lathrop. They one of our sponsors too. The Razor Barbershop is a sponsor, and shout out to them. I want to thank all the parents that's done signed their kids up for me, whether it's past, present, or in the future. Bringing me their kids and just letting me be a part of their kids' life. Breathe on them, yell at them, high five them, chest bumps, all the shit. So, yeah. That's about
Where
it.
can people find you? Where can people find you, man? Your handles, your Facebook, Instagram.
Well, I got
all
the
that.
Razor Barbershop, Delta Junior Kings, Facebook and stuff. I don't run any of that stuff. I run the Razor Barbershop page, but I'm at work. I'm a barber. I work Monday through Saturday as a barber, a father, a coach, and a husband. So it's 24 hours in a day. I fill my day up every day with being all four. So my wife texts me right now. She ready to go do the nasty probably.
Hey man, this is a PG-13 podcast.
All right, we're gonna beep that out, but no, I'm just playing.
As you see,
But,
I keep bringing you. I keep bringing you
nah,
up on the big screen when I want to smoke.
Yeah, my day start early, so 5 a.m. I'm gonna be in the gym. Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on here.
Yeah, man, appreciate that.
I was kind of shocked.
I do got a not afraid to lose hoodie for you. I'm probably
right.
bring it up to the barbershop because
Yeah.
I had it because you were supposed to be.
Yeah, I know.
I think
You said you didn't want me at your house. I was supposed to be the first one, but you said you didn't want me at your house because you just got some new furniture.
No, nigga, no, you was busy, nigga. Tell the truth, you was busy, and I'm doing this and doing that.
Hey,
But I
man.
do.
Hey, I almost missed today. That's why we had to push it back. I was handing out equipment.
Yeah, you got too much going on, man. But that's a good thing, man. You too busy.
They say a solid mind is a devil's workshop, man. Ain't no devil living up in here. Yeah, ain't no devil living up in here. Yeah.
staying busy, you staying out the way, you know. So and you know, we didn't had our little back and forth, but I just want you to let you know I am proud of you. Definitely,
thank
you
you.
know, growing up with you, being your basketball coach. Being your basketball coach way
Yeah.
back then, and I
Yeah,
ain't,
nigga, we
and
won the
that's
league.
crazy.
Hey, we won the tournament that year.
Yeah, and I ain't too much older than you, but I
Yeah.
was coaching your ass. I'm only like 2-3 years older than you,
Yeah, I
but
think you got me
I've
by
been
like 3
doing this
years.
community shit.
I think you got me by like 3 years.
I'm 44.
Yeah, I'm 41.
Okay, yeah, I got you 3 years. All right. But you know, it's all family and shit. You know already how much love I got for the Vickers family and shit. So it's always gonna be family over here. But I do appreciate you, man. Keep doing what you're doing for these kids, man, because even growing and seeing how much the people got love for you. I know it didn't start out that way at first.
Nah,
You
hell
know,
no.
but you grew and you definitely is helping making a difference out here for these kids, starting your program, your barber shop and everything. So I just want to tell you, keep doing what you're doing, brother. Because you're making a difference out here in these neighborhoods and in these kids' lives. So
Well,
keep being that coach you being.
when I was in prison, I thought like life was over because I went to prison 19 right after high school. I went to prison. And a old man, old head told me, "Hey, youngster, ain't how you start, it's how you finish." So I hang on to that, and I tell my players, "Ain't how you start, it's how you finish." So with that being said, I don't care how I started, it's how I'm finishing. So I
But
appreciate it.
but one thing, if we have any more battles on the field, nigga, you will never beat me.
Bro, look, bring your 12U, bring them
Set it
down,
up. We got to do a scrimmage.
bring them down to Seaford Center. And they ain't even got Seaford Center no more. Bring them down to Seaford Center. We're gonna line them up. We're gonna go from there.
I mean, no, Brandy, if you in here, set
And
up a scrimmage.
we ain't scrimmaging
Set,
y'all. We ain't
set up.
scrimmaging y'all.
You scared now?
Nah, I ain't scared of shit, man. Especially what I seen in the toilet this morning. I ain't scared of nothing.
Yeah.
I
All
just
right.
it ain't even worth my
Yeah.
time to scrimmage if we gonna scrimmage, it's gonna be right. It's gonna be some refs and shit. Cause you might be teaching holding.
All that.
You might be teaching your players how to hold and shit, you know.
But you can't let me beat you 3 times in one season and not want no get back, nigga. Remember you said revenge?
Look,
You remember you said revenge
you coach
is best
12U,
served
I
cold?
coach 14U. You coach 12U right now, I coach 14U.
Oh, okay.
And you only
So,
doing that because your nephew over there.
Yeah, you have
Any
a point.
Wolfpack players over there, y'all come over with the winning team, man. Straight up, man. We got a shirt and a haircut and an F7 for you, man.
I've been seeing our 14U. I don't think y'all want no problems with our 14U. They got a good team too.
Man, they ain't got no coaches.
They do. They got like 5 coaches.
Who?
My brother-in-law Edgar. They got Mike.
With that bye. Name another coach other than them 2 guys.
They got the Aguilars. My defensive coach on my Super Bowl team. He coaching 14U.
All right.
You know, and him and his dad. So they and Storer's dad. Storer's dad is a good coach too. I don't know how long he been doing it.
Yeah, he is.
But he been working with them fundamentally.
Yeah. I heard they just run plays over there.
But no, they do a little of everything. But my 12U team, man, we coming.
Yeah.
We coming. Edgar in here. Otis don't want the smoke. LOL.
Man, Edgar weak. Man, Edgar couldn't win nothing, man.
Hey,
since we talking, hey, Mac, nigga, they had rising stars. Them niggas had a stacked 12U squad and couldn't even win. I don't want to hear that shit. Them niggas had a stacked squad and couldn't win. Them niggas got outcoached every game. Hey, you know that shit.
Hey, don't worry about him. Edgar gonna be good. Edgar just started, man. You taking advantage of a new coach, bro. A new coach that just started coaching not too long ago. But bro gonna get it together. Bro gonna be one of the dopest out here. Trust me, man. And I'm gonna show him the ropes. He's calling offense and shit. I'm gonna get with bro and teach him some of the shit I know. I might even help him out with the playbook. You know, I got the most deadliest plays out here. I'm still the best offensive coordinator. But I appreciate you though, man, for too. Because we're gonna let them know you reached out to me too, the coach, right? This nigga froze up. All right, y'all. I don't know what happened to his shit, but he froze up. We finna get out of here though, y'all. Appreciate you, Coach O. Appreciate it, man. Keep doing what you're doing out here, y'all. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in, y'all. But we gone out here, not afraid to lose, y'all. Yeah, it's been another one. Y'all make sure y'all tune in next week. We'll be promoting it, who we got coming up. But yeah, keep watching, keep supporting y'all, because we're gonna keep doing what we're doing over here, y'all. So, like I said, once again, make sure y'all go support the Delta Junior Kings. Make sure y'all go support the Razor Barber, all that. Make sure y'all continue to support the Not Afraid to Lose podcast, y'all. Because we're going up. We're going to be bringing y'all all the local talent, all the 209 talent out here. We will start doing interviews with the youth and all that. So, y'all holla at the Mac, and I swear I holla back. We out. Till next time. Peace.